Hi friends, and thank you for joining me for today's children's time. Starting today, these children's messages that are published on Thursdays are going to follow a series of stories and lessons that would have been the lessons for our fall Sunday school curriculum. And so I'm going to be sending out some materials to the families so that you can maybe do some Sunday school at home until we are back at church gathering for Sunday school. So for each of these stories, we're going to be putting up a star. So the first one is the story of creation. And then we'll be hearing stories about lots of the people from the Old Testament. And they all teach us something about who God is. So the story of creation comes from the book of Genesis, the very first book of the Bible. And it tells us that at first there was only chaos. Chaos is like another word for mess. But God created order from chaos. So on the very first day of creation, there was only darkness. And the first thing God created was light. God said, "Let there be light," and there was light. And it was very good. On the second day of creation, God created the sky. Can you make some big clouds and be waving with them? And God saw what he had made, and it was very good. On the third day of creation, God separates water from the dry land and then makes plants, trees and grasses and flowers of every kind. Can you pretend you're down picking some flowers? Oh, here I even have some flowers. I just love flowers. They add so much beauty to our world. And God saw all that he had made, and it was very good. Now on the fourth day, God created the sun and the moon and the stars. Let's make some sparkling stars. And God saw it was very good. On the fifth day of creation, God made animals to swim in the sea and birds to fly in the sky. Can you be an animal that swims in the sea? A fun fish or a bird soaring? I especially love eagles that soar high. And God saw all those animals he had made, and it was very good. Then on the sixth day of creation, God created all the other animals, and God created us. God created people in his image. And God looked at the world he had created, and it was very good. And on the seventh day, God rested. God created order and beauty in our world, and he did all this because he loves us. And every day we can look around and give praise and thanks for the beauty of God's creation. There's a fun song I would like us to do today. It's called the Hippo Song, I think. I'm going to say the words once and then we'll try singing it together. So it goes like this. In the beginning, God made the seas and the forest filled with trees. He made the mountains up so high, and on the top he placed the sky. God's fingerprints are everywhere, just to show how much he cares. In the middle, God had some fun. He made a hippo that weighs a ton. Hip, 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 hippopotamus. Hip, hip, hooray, God made all of us. Hip, hip, hooray, God made. Hip, 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 hippopotamus. Hip, hip, hooray, God made all of us. Okay, everybody stand, and I want you to try singing this with me. Here we go. In the beginning, God made the seas and the forest filled with trees. He made the mountains up so high, and on the top he placed the sky. God's fingerprints are everywhere, just to show how much he cares. And in the middle, God had some fun. He made a hippo who weighs a ton. Hip, 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 hippopotamus. Hip, hip, hooray, God made all of us. Hip, 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 hippopotamus. Hip, hip, hooray, God made all of us. God made all of us. So I encourage you this week to read the story of creation either in your children's Bibles or from the regular Bible from Genesis 1 and 2. And then maybe have fun being a creator, maybe by drawing a picture of something, or if you have some Play-Doh or clay, you make a creation and you look at it and you say, it is very good. Thanks for joining me. Bye-bye.